Welcome to the FullyCrypto podcast.
Hello and welcome to the FullyCrypto podcast, your home of quality cryptocurrency and blockchain news, opinion, analysis and more. It's Friday and that means we're taking a graceful trot through the week in crypto, dismounting now and again to pick the juiciest stories off the blockchain bush and squish them into a messy pulp. So grab your helmet, mount your steed and let's ride. The week began with some good old-fashioned pump and dump action, as Dogecoin, XRP, and some piece of shit that no one had heard of called P-Network. P-Network? Anyone? No? No. All engaged in some 2017 style manipulation, soaring to dramatic heights only to collapse quicker than a cardboard toilet once the organisers had taken their profits. In P-Network's case, the 1000% pump occurred within 60 seconds before it dropped with the weight of a neutron bomb, blowing up the portfolios of anyone still holding after that glorious minute. If you're new to the space and you're thinking that these pump and dump crypto pump groups, could be a way for you to make a quick killing, just ask around crypto Twitter and see how many regular Joes come out of these things smiling. The answer will be about 3, minus 2. For those unfamiliar, the way these pump and dumps work is that a couple of scam artists form a Telegram group where they say they're going to pump a certain coin to a certain price on a certain date at a certain time. And if everyone in the group joins in, then you'll all make money, right? Wrong. Firstly, these guys have already bought in, or even worse, they've been holding onto the coin in question for months now and are desperate to get out. And they have no intention of seeing it all the way to their mystical plucked out of the air target. See Dogecoin to $1, etc. No. They have their cells set much lower, meaning they can get out with a handsome profit while everyone else gets the rug pulled out from under them. There really should be a term for that. And they shut down the group and disappear off into the sunset with your money. So stay away from these pump and dump groups, and please, for the love of whatever you hold holy, don't chase the pump once it's started. That is playing an even more dangerous game, and it's pretty much the quickest way to lose money in the space. Except for buying BSV, perhaps. Mind you, that's more of a long, drawn-out illness than a quick bullet to the brain. Maybe going long on BSV instead. Yeah, that'd kill you quick. Monday also saw Cannabis Today's Weed Smoker of the Year Elon Musk reveal that 8 years after he first heard about it through some strange cake anecdote, he was finally a supporter of Bitcoin. The statement, made during an interview on social media channel Clubhouse, helped to explain to some extent Musk's tweet last week that, in retrospect, it was inevitable, while replacing his Twitter bio with the Bitcoin logo. Musk didn't reveal if he personally or Tesla as a company owns any Bitcoin, but what it does mean is that The Guardian and the Financial Times can now add the world's richest man to their list of people who they think are wrong about Bitcoin, a list that now includes some of the most visionary entrepreneurs and wealthiest business people in the world today. The move did little for the Bitcoin price, which dropped as quickly as it rose, suggesting that Musk could well turn his hand to candle wick making, given how many he's left on the Bitcoin chart in recent days. Musk also broke the hearts of Dogecoin fans, who heard him reveal that anything he has said praising the cryptocurrency was, like Dogecoin itself, just a joke and not to be taken seriously. He also said that fate loves irony, and that Dogecoin becoming the currency of the earth in the future would be the ultimate in irony and entertainment. Needless to say, this led the Dogecoin community to handily paraphrasing him into suggestions that he had declared this could actually happen, ignoring the part where he said it was a joke. Tesla accepting Bitcoin, or Musk saying the company has some on their balance sheet, is seen as something of a holy grail for the Bitcoin community. And it says a lot about its use case when Amazon has turned to when Tesla. It's pretty clear that Bitcoin is now useless as a currency, more useless than Dogecoin in fact, which is why the best chance of adoption now will come from who owns it, not which stores are accepting it. Wednesday saw OKX announce that they would be implementing the Bitcoin Lightning Network into their platform in the coming quarter. The move, which is surprising only in the fact that it's taken so damn long for a big exchange to do it, will see Bitcoin deposits and withdrawals completed in seconds rather than minutes or hours on a particularly bad day, and at near zero cost rather than the average $10. The cost and speed of Bitcoin transactions is something that has plagued the space since the crypto boom of 2017. At the height of Bitcoin mania, transaction wait times became a question of whether you died before they completed, and the transaction costs were so prohibitive that you wondered if you'd stepped back in time and were trying to send the entire Encyclopedia Britannica by telegram. The fact that things aren't much better now tells you all you need to know about why Bitcoin isn't useful as a currency anymore. And so it is with not a small amount of shock that the Lightning Network, which was founded all the way back in 2015, is still about as widely used as a concrete parachute. Now, this may not all be down to the exchanges. If something so obviously needed in the space hasn't been adopted within a year or two, then it could be that it still needs tweaking. But when you're talking 6 years of development and it's still being seen as a potential solution, then you have to ask yourself when it finally will realise this potential. I really hope OKX's integration of the Lightning Network is successful, because it could be make or break for the technology. If it works, then we could see other exchanges adopting it, which would be most welcome. If, on the other hand, for some reason it fails, it could be very hard for Lightning Labs to come back from this, having had 6 years to prepare for it. On Thursday, we returned to a favourite topic of ours, Meta One Coin. For those who haven't heard of Meta One, it's impossible to sum up the entire project in a couple of minutes, but the fact that we dubbed it the worst white paper in the world and dedicated 2 podcasts to it should be enough to tell you what we think of it. To whet your appetite, however, here are some highlights of Meta One Coin. We don't know which one we've got, so it's either based on a $1 billion holding of art or a $2 billion holding of gold. So that's what the security token is based on. It has its own blockchain called the Metatronic Network. All we know is that it is a quote-unquote Satoshi-based delegated proof-of-stake consensus mechanism.
Yeah, that's just one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life. What the hell is that?
The way they put it in quotes is like the well-known Satoshi-based delegated proof-of-stake. But then it says, it throws in, as a little afterthought, throws in it's built on Solidity, which is the Ethereum language. So is it your own blockchain or is it built on Ethereum? It's immediately unclear. So let me just read through how they envisage the tokenomics working. The coin value will automatically increase based on new fine art assignment to the Meta One Coin Trust. This contract is defined as 9 times the asset value plus the original asset value divided by the fixed number of coins, 450 million, equaling the increased coin value per coin.
Were you speaking English there?
If you are setting so much store by the value of your art, what sort of people do you think you're going to have to value your pieces you're buying? There's all these different places you can go to get these artworks valued. Right. Meta One has its own in-house forensics laboratory in order to determine the content and antiquity of material to the 1 trillionth of a particle.
That sounds a bit ambitious. I imagine the cost of that is extortionate, and I would say it's prohibitive of running your business economically.
That's looking into much more detail than I did. I was looking at it from the principle. He has yet again just thrown in, oh, by the way, we've got a world-class in-house forensics laboratory. We just happen to have one. We just built one for the case. We'll just chuck it in there right at the end. This is so far at the back of the white paper. Like, no one else in the art world has been allowed to use this forensics laboratory. It's only been created just for this shitcoin. And again, it can determine to 1 trillionth of a particle. What is that? Is that a thing? How does that compare to what others can do? And like you said, how much art are they buying where they need their own laboratory? This is just the tip of the iceberg, and I can heartily recommend a listen to our 2 podcasts on Meta One to get a full breakdown of the sheer idiocy behind the project. Thankfully, the scam was spotted by the SEC, who have been on their case for almost a year, freezing the assets of the 2 founders, Robert Dunlap and his girlfriend, after it was claimed that they'd been spending some of the $4.3 million raised in the ICO on themselves. Shock horror. Now, never being one to let a friendship slide, despite Robert Dunlap's attempts to sue us, we wanted to check in on Meta One to see what they've been up to lately. And boy, have they been busy. The Busy Bees had launched their own decentralized exchange, which they claim can handle the trading volume of the Nasdaq while settling orders instantly. Although no one can possibly verify this because there is no information anywhere on how to access it. It's almost like it doesn't exist. If you're a fan of bogus online law courses as well as non-existent exchanges, then Meta One have got you covered there too. They've launched a pair of courses from their new legal wing of the company called Universal Law. For just $22.22, you can take their Secured Party Creditor Service course, or you can take both the Secured Party Creditor Service course and the Private Non-Statutory Trust course for a show-stopping $88.88. What a bargain! Who designed the course? They did! Who presents it? They do! Who authenticates it? No one! Oh, I forgot to mention that Robert Dunlap represented himself in court when he tried to claim that money isn't real. And again when he lost against his art supplier. Good luck, everyone! That's it for this week's edition of the FullyCrypto podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your platform of choice and get notified the moment the next golden shower of crypto goodness comes your way. If you'd like to reward your inbox for its hard work siphoning off all the phishing emails from the Ledger hackers, you can do so by signing up to the FullyCrypto newsletter to receive our latest news, opinion and analysis right to your virtual door. I've been Mark Hunter, you've been the audience, and this has been the FullyCrypto podcast. Have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you again next week. Tatty bye!